Back in the 90s and the early 2000s, proper animation was way more readily available. Just about every major studio had their own animation department, and all of them were pumping out bangers. Without even counting Disney or Warner Brothers, again, just about every major studio had their own catalog of hits. I'm Guapo Jim, and today we're going to be talking about Titan AE, the super ambitious cartoon movie that pretty much destroyed a whole division of a studio, and why I think that this film, regardless of its reputation, is a true hidden gem. Now, before I talk about Titan AE, this is a super new channel. Mandem is on the come up, so if you like this video, I'm gonna need you to like this video, comment, subscribe, share, the whole deal. It's like, come on you bitches, just hit the button, man. On a serious note, all support is super appreciated, especially at this point in the game. With that out of the way, let's begin. So, for those of you who don't know or are too young to remember, Titan AE is a 2000s animated movie about a young man named Kale Tucker who basically has to go on a mission to save humanity and protect this giant ship that can create a new planet. All of this happens after energy aliens known as the Dredge destroy planet Earth. Now, along the way, he joins up with a ship called the Valkyrie, and with the help of the crew and their captain, Captain Kelso, they help Kale find and protect this ship before the Dredge can destroy it. Now, in case you're thinking to yourself, Guapo Jim, you devilishly handsome bastard, this movie's got a lot going on. You're completely right. With that being said though, Titan AE, it's not just about all the crazy space stuff. To me, it's about what it means to be human and how in the face of great danger and peril, you can summon the courage to tackle what needs to get done. Each of the characters, from Kale to Kelso, they all have their own secrets and quirks, and these secrets add depth to the story. The twists and the turns, again, while predictable, are still fun to watch, and the visuals will keep you stimulated enough to actually want to see how the story ends. The movie itself is also a who's who of legit A-list talent. Like, again, I'm talking about Matt Damon, Drew Barrymore. I get it, she's not the hottest right now, but again, 2000, she was a big deal. That's just to name a few people. Jim Cummings, who is another true legend in the voice acting game. He even lent his voice to this film as the character Chowquin. Comment down below if you want me to do a video about Jim Cummings and his amazing career. Now, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The actual production of Titan AE was hell. Like, it was bad. It was so bad, in fact, that Fox Animation Studios went through a bunch of cutbacks, and over 300 staff members were laid off from the studio in 1999 while this film was still in production. So as a result of that, most of the animation actually had to be outsourced and completed by a bunch of smaller independent vendors. Under pressure from stockholders, the chairman at the time, Bill Mechanic, was actually dismissed from 20th Century Fox, and Fox Animation Studios was officially shut down on June 26, 2000, literally 10 days after this movie came out. As you can imagine, all of these things kind of put a bit of a sticky wicket in the film's production and distribution. If you're a fan of lesser known sci-fi cartoons with equally chaotic production issues, The Savage Dragon would be right up your alley. I actually made a video about that show as well, and the link for that is in the description. Overall, Titan AE was a really sick little sci-fi film. It's very formulaic and you could call it a product of its time, but at the same time, it's amazingly animated and it felt contemporary yet forward thinking, if that makes sense. I mean, yes, you've got the common narrative tropes of an angsty young adult combined with a MacGuffin quest, but shit, man, like I could have given you 12 films from that time with similar themes. I always found that films back then, like 2D cartoon movies in particular, were just way better produced than they are now. And even with all the behind the scenes issues, I still feel that way about Titan AE. If you ever want to give it a watch, you can find this on Disney Plus and on Apple TV. I was always a really big fan of this film, and I just wanted you guys to know why I thought it was a true hidden gem. Thank you if you've made it this far. If you're a fan of this kind of content, I'm gonna need you to like, subscribe, and comment down below on what other shows were true hidden gems. Stay safe, later days.